So our next one is for more the intermediate to advanced guys. And we're talking about speed and pace training for the 2.4 kilometer run. So this one, I'm assuming you've already got a decent aerobic base. But like I said before, doesn't matter what level of fitness you're at, use that 80-20 rule. 80% that aerobic zone 2, math 180, however you want to work it out. That style training, that low intensity aerobic training, aerobic base training. And then the 20% is what I'm going to be talking about here to build up. So when you're doing speed and pace training for like the 2.4 or beep test or whatever you're training for, it has many, many different effects on you. So, and adaptations. So yes, you're going to improve your VO2 max. You're going to improve your, like let's say your threshold level, your anaerobic threshold, but you're going to improve your running efficiency as well. You're going to improve your body's ability to produce that energy quicker, and that's in regards to VO2 max, but also specific to what you are actually training. So you want to be doing run training for this because it needs to be specific to actually what you are doing, because muscles work differently, doing different sports and different things. So if you're trying to improve your pace for running, you need to be doing speed/pace training for your running. Okay, so other things that it actually improves as well is sometimes the limiting factor isn't actually your energy systems. It's you. You're just your ability to be able to push yourself, that pain threshold, that ability to just grind away and keep going when it actually hurts. That's a lot of mental resilience and endurance in there to be able to be hurting and still be able to go out to the next one as hard as you did the one before. Okay, and that comes through hard training, and it also improves your ability to recover in between in between working sets as well. So lots and lots of benefits to this style of training that I'm just about to explain to you. So with this, so we're going to start off, we're going to break it into intervals. We're going to be doing interval style training. Okay. And the objective of it is to sustain your pace across all. So we're not after just a one really good one. So say we're doing 400-meter intervals. We're not after that awesome first one where you're bloody sub 1 minute, 400-meter. And then by the 10th one, you're barely even getting it under 2 minutes. You want it like within a 5 to like you pretty much want them spot on, like a 5 to 10 second difference between your worst and your best across all intervals. And if anything, your last ones getting better and being as good as your first one. And that takes a lot of control as well. So another thing that we're training with this type of training. Okay, so what we need to do. So we're going to start with 400-meter intervals. And we're going to do 10 sets with a 1 minute rest. But after the 5th set, I want you to have a full rest. So they're partial rests in between the normal sets. But after the 5th set, so halfway, I want you to have a 3 to 5 minute full rest. So you're fully recovered. The reason for this is because we want to be hitting a pace and sustaining it throughout. So I want you to be able to produce as much energy in your last one as you were able to for your first one. And that takes control as well. So you do 5 sets of 400 meters run with a 1 minute rest. And then you do a 3 to 5 minute rest and you repeat that. Okay. Hopefully I said all that right. Sometimes I mix up all the rests and stuff. Right, with the goal to sustain that pace across all. Now, with the pace, it needs to be hard, but achievable to start with as well. So we can work out a goal pace for you. So if you've got a goal pace, and obviously when you're looking at goal paces for your 2.4 kilometer run, be like make it achievable for yourself. Don't just put some ridiculous knocking like 15 seconds off your 2.4 kilometer time. If it's already a max effort 2.4 for you, that's a big difference. Like that's a big improvement. Okay. So be reasonable with your goals, and you don't want to set them too high because otherwise you just won't, like, this won't work for you. So for your 400-meter intervals, we need a set pace. So you've got a target that you're trying to achieve every single time rather than just going out and just doing whatever. So to find a goal pace for yourself, figure out a goal 2.4 kilometer pace. So what you want to run that 2.4 kilometer run in, divide it by 6. So in seconds, and then divide it by 6. So that's the pace. That's your goal pace. All right. But we want a bit of a fatigue factor in there as well. So just knock, 5 to 10 seconds off that. And that is your goal that you want to achieve by the end of this. Now, when you've got that pace, we always want to start things a little bit easier so that when we do them week by week, we've got that room to progress, and it gives that body the ability to just progress each week. If you start too high, like if you're already aiming for that goal pace when you know you can't achieve that, if you're already aiming for that to start with, you're going to have no room to move. So the body's just not going to be able to adapt. What you want to do is just knock a little bit of time off it so it's achievable. You can reach it throughout all those 10 intervals. And each week we'll try to improve it maybe by 3 to 5 seconds each interval. All right. So you want to be, so you've got your goal pace, knock some time. Well, that's with that 10 to 15 second fatigue factor. And then we knock that down a little bit so that we got that starting pace. Now you've got those paces that you should be hitting every single interval throughout the entire time. If you feel good, like especially the first time you do it, if you feel good for that 7th, 8th, 9th rep, go harder. Go try to improve those times that little bit more. And then when you look at your results, you'll be able to see, okay, I can definitely bump that up because those last few intervals, I was just smashing it. So I've got that room to improve. Whereas if you're really struggling at the end, then obviously you haven't got that much room to improve. Okay, so start nice and easy and then repeat it just every week. And I'm not giving you a set time frame. Usually 3 to 6 weeks is your body's limit to adaptation, and then it'll just hit a plateau. So what you want to do is start nice and easy, and each week just try to improve those times, sustaining your pace across all intervals. The next week, just try to improve it that little bit more. Improve it a little bit more. Just keep going for those 400-meter intervals until you run into a wall, until you're like, all right, I can't improve that anymore. I reckon those intervals, that is pretty much my max that I'm going to get right now with that. And you'll feel it. You'll feel you can't go. And you might even see maybe one day your results go back down a little bit. So that's your limit. Now you need to change it up. So now we're going to move to 1 kilometer intervals using exactly the same method. With these though, have a 2-minute rest because the work period's a little bit longer. So you're doing 1 kilometer intervals with a 2-minute rest, and halfway through the full workout, you want to have about a 3 to 5 minute rest as a full rest so you can sustain that pace. Do it for around 3 to 4 sets. So we're overloading a little bit more now. We're trying to do more work than we're doing in the 2.4 kilometer run, and the same as what we're doing with the 400-meter interval. So we're not just going for 2.4, we're going for more volume. So 3 to 4 sets. And again, we want to sustain that pace. Now to work out your goal pace, that 2.4 kilometer goal that you want to hit, divide that by, in seconds, divide it by 2.4. And then you've got that goal pace. Again, a little bit of fatigue factor in there, 10 to 15 seconds fatigue factor. That's your goal that you want to be running for your 1 kilometers. Knock it down a little bit, okay? Even if you're running slower than what you were for the 400-meter intervals, now we're doing bigger sets. So that's fine. Just knock it down and run that little bit slower, and then let's hit it every week. Start with that easy one. Again, if you can, in the last 1 or 2 sets, if you can pump it out faster, go faster, and then you'll know for the next week I can definitely bump it up. Okay, each week bump it up. 3 to 5 seconds per kilometer. Bump it up, bump it up, bump it up until you hit a wall. All right. Now you've hit your wall. Again, you might have seen a bit of a decline with your results one day. Just be sure that that's not just a fatigue thing from the day, but once you've hit a wall, you can't progress with that workout anymore. We need to change it up again. Okay. So what we can do now is go away from repeats. So now we've built up that volume of being able to like constantly repeat a fast pace and trying to get towards that goal pace that we were aiming for. And we're able to repeat it over and over again. Now we're just going for full aerobic power, the body's ability just to produce that energy as quick as possible and use it in those muscles. So what we want to do now is just 1 kilometer max efforts. We're not worrying about sustaining pace or anything like that. I want 1 kilometer max efforts. Okay, one to two of them, 2 maximum. I'm telling you, if you do a 1 kilometer max effort, you'll be fucked. So you want to do like 2 maximum, and that is it. And you just want to max effort each week. Try to, again, we're just progressing each week. Try to improve just by a couple of seconds each week. Even if it's 1 second, you've improved. All right, next week, we're going to try for 1 more second until you hit a wall. Once you hit that wall, deload, have a bit of a rest week, have the week off, whatever you want to do. Week after, test the 2.4, and I'm telling you, your time would have went through the roof, okay? Don't do the 2.4 at any point throughout your training. We're training, again, same as the big test. We're training for it for the actual test. Don't worry about the actual distance. It's getting covered with the actual training, okay? And I'm telling you, your results will go. I've used this exact thing on myself, and I've seen my times go through the roof from that. But it needs, each one of those stages has got a purpose. So the 400s is just working on that, like you're able to hit that pace a little bit easier because they're those shorter intervals. Then when you're going to the 1 kilometer repeats, it's that ability to sustain that pace for a longer period at once, okay? And then once we've got that ability to repeat that fast pace, then it's just a matter of power to the ground. We're still working with that 1 kilometer because we're still in the aerobic power sort of domain rather than going too short and not even training our aerobic system. So yeah, we go max effort with that, and that just gives you that power that you need. You'll start off with that 2.4, and you got to make sure you don't go too quick. Make sure you control that pace because yeah, it's real easy after doing those 1 kilometer power intervals to go out and then by halfway you just say, fuck. Alrighty, guys. How long have I been going for? 36 minutes. Awesome. All right, let's have a look. See if we got any questions with this. Okay, so yeah, we got from Mark here. Makes sense. Was wondering why I wasn't seeing vast improvements with my distance running. Now I understand. Beautiful. Awesome. Good to know. Let's see if I got any in. What am I in here? The fitness forum. Okay, we got one here. Don, the 60 to 90 minute workout was while keeping your heart rate as close to 180 beats per minute for age. For example, if you're 30, you'd want to keep heart rate at 150. Yeah, exactly. So, so it's 180. No, yeah, 180 minus age. So it's just 180 beats per minute minus your age, and that's your maximum heart rate. That's your maximum aerobic heart rate you want to be working with. There are differences, and you just work off feel sort of thing, but that's just a really good figure to aim for. And if you're around about there, you'll be getting the benefits from it. And keep it as close to it as possible. And like I said, going above it, you don't get the same sort of benefits. So that there's no use thinking, oh, I need to smash this session out and go as hard as I can. You won't get the same benefits out of it. All right, guys. If you're watching this on YouTube, I haven't got that up, so I can't really see. Oh, actually, I might be able to see in here if there's any questions. No, that's it. Awesome. All right, if you've got anything that I'll flow on from this, and you got any questions, just chuck them in the comments, and I'll get around and I'll reply to those comments and answer them for you. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and you're watching this in Facebook and that, just go across Outperform Fitness, subscribe. You'll see a load more videos and whatnot that I upload there. There's a whole heap of playlists to help you guys out. Just look through the playlist. There's career interviews. There's like big test specific stuff, movement demos, all sorts of stuff in there. So make sure you jump in there and subscribe. Help me out. Leave some likes, leave some comments, and that's it for today. So hopefully I've given you some expanded knowledge on how to train, especially for beginners with your big test, what to aim for to start with. because it is a big mistake I see a lot of people doing, is just, training the beep test when you're only working for about 5 minutes. And yeah, for the more intermediate to advanced guys with the 2.4 kilometer run, yeah, it's a matter of getting that speed, pace style stuff in there, VO2 max style training, and working on that pace and giving yourself specific targets. It's a big difference between training and exercising. Exercising, you just go out and do those intervals, and next week you'll do something else, whatever. But with training, you're giving yourself specific targets and you're progressing them every single week. And yeah. But be aware, like I said, you'll hit a wall. So then we need to change it up. And everyone's different. And it all depends on when you start as well. Okay, I just got a comment through. So I'll just check if we got any final ones. Yeah, guys, while I'm checking, just if you got any final questions, chuck them in there and I'll answer them for you. Yeah, Don, no worries. Great video. Thanks, mate. Happy to supply this stuff for you guys. All right, doesn't look like there's any more. And I've spoken enough. I've nearly lost my voice. So, yeah, like I said, subscribe to my stuff. Make sure you give all this stuff likes, comments, everything like that. Just give me a little bit more exposure. In the fitness forum and YouTube, I'll be doing this sort of stuff, once a month with my clients. It's every single week. So make sure you guys get those questions in there so I can answer them for you. All right. Enjoy the rest of your week. I am out.